Life is full of surprises. Life is full of suffering. Life is a mission. And in this mission of life, everybody needs somebody. And that is why no tree can form a forest, and no man is an island. I read a story, but I have watched it on video. If I can get it, I will send it to those of you that has, that I can send. I have their numbers. It has to do with a young boy. His father and mother died the same day. And he was just in primary school. This boy was so hungry, this happened in the United States, that he had to go out in the cold winter, very cold winter. Remember Father John Ubaofe, somebody called me, rest in peace. Somebody say, Father, you are just coming from US. How does winter look like? So he took him to the kitchen, opened the deep freezer. He said, that is winter. Just to describe how cold it was. So he met a couple. This boy was shivering. Please, mommy, daddy, please help me, I'm dying. And the woman looked at it. The husband was the first to respond. So, where are your parents? He said, they died the same day. Well, young man, I'm sorry, we also have our problems. There's nothing we can do for you. And the woman said, honey, no way. I can't leave this boy go like this. This boy is hungry. He's starving. We need to help this boy. He said, no. We have our own problems too. He opened the wallet. There's a bundle of dollars. He wanted to count the dollars. The woman just started crying, said, please, have the whole money. And the husband said, I can't stand and watch this. This is crazy, man. And the husband walked away. And the woman removed the chain, a golden chain, pure gold. You must have watched this episode. And put it on the boy's neck. He said, when you grow up, please help somebody too. The name of this woman was Nancy. So, about 25 to 30 years later, this boy has grown big. He has graduated. He has become big. He was now buying property, estates. So he was looking at the chart one day and he saw, these people on the enclosures. And he saw Mary Nancy. And he said, that is the woman that made me. And he just bought a property and in the woman's name. So, one day, the agent came into the woman's house, Mary Nancy's house, and said, Madam, you have less than 2 hours to get out of this house because it has been bought and the owner will still occupy it. And the woman said, please, can't you see I'm doing all this alone? A little, just give me time. I'm a widow. Now that husband had died. He said, Madam, that is your problem, not my problem. And this young boy just walked in. No, because I told you, he said, only the owner of this house can change this decision. And he said, And the man walked, he said, she is the owner of the house. So I don't know about that. So the agent walked out. So Mary Nancy said, what do you mean? He said, I have bought this house in your name. From now, this house belongs to you. Why do you do a thing like that? You don't even know me. And the voice said, yes, but I know you. So this is what happened. When I was in my primary school, this is what you did. That chain, this boy was still wearing the chain. I did remove it from his neck and put it on the woman's neck. You know, you didn't put it and say, when your life become better, please try and help someone else. This is life. You know, we don't have time to talk long talk on Sundays. But this one is important to me. A little boy again, these are life stories, was hungry and he went, you know, in Europe, you don't just knock somebody's door. And this old woman saw this young boy and gave him, I think, breakfasts. I want to remember exactly what he gave him. I think a slice of bread, kind of hamburger. After some years, this woman was sick and he needed a consultant. The woman was well, but the problem was, how do I pay my bills? How do I pay my bills? And the medical director came in and he had written on the note, free of charge. The woman said, how? He said, that slice of bread paid for the bills. My dear brothers and sisters, when we tell these stories, they look like fairy tales. Today, the prophet Isaiah says, thus says the Lord, share your bread with the hungry and bring the homeless poor into your house. When you see the naked, cover him. I hope the choir will remember the song to sing. Whatsoever you do to the least of my brother. Then shall your light break forth like the dawn, and your healing shall spring up speedily. Your righteousness shall go before you. Your righteousness shall go before you. I think I just have a break here. I followed a friend to the University of Ibadan. Was looking for admission. And to reach the HOD was quite difficult. And I was a seminarian in Bodija. Then I wrote a note and I put Cornelius Omonokhua. The man that people were lining up to see came out. He said, who is Omonokhua? I said, I'm the one. He said, come right in. He said, do you know T.A. Omonokhua? He says, my uncle. He said, whatever you are looking for in this university today, you're going to get it. I said, why? He said, I got stranded in my 100 level. Your uncle paid my school fees to finish when he was our librarian. Because my uncle worked in University of Ibadan and University of Ife. And with that, this admission was just a smooth. What point am I trying to make here? Whatever you do, you are living not for yourself. You may not get the reward, but your children's children. And this is why a good name is better than silver and gold. Last Sunday, something happened, but name withheld. A parishioner here took me out. He didn't know what that meant to me. He didn't book for it. And in the course of that conversation, he said, Father, do you know that a lot of money we hold in this country, 20%, not many use 20% of that money. What if the money we stock outside? The first scandal I got in Spain, in Portubanos, in the province of Malaga, was to walk a whole street only to know that almost all the houses in that street belong to Nigerians. And there was nobody living in those houses. That was Portubanos. That was the same place where our first lady died and went to the hospital in Spain, where Stella Obasanjo died. Who are the people living in these houses? Lizards, cockroaches, and they have Spanish guides who watch over these houses. And the money they pay this security, my brothers and sisters, not be today they talk am. I went to Turkey, and they took me to a Turkish hospital in Turkey. And they have a board like this. The name of the eminent Nigerians who come to Turkey for treatment. Small Turkey here that is now in trouble. What if all this money were invested in Nigeria? Would there be a boy who would prefer Boko Haram to genuine labor? Look at the brains of Nigeria out there. I don't know if it is a rumor that even the drones that are being used by the Americans, the idea is from a Nigerian. I went to a hospital in Atlanta, and the medical director that came to attend to me was my course mate in University of Ibadan. He has not been home. He's a Yoruba boy for almost 30 years. And I saw a bridge, big bridge. They say, Mr. Ibe said, Father, do you know that that bridge was designed by a boy from Onitsha, engineer. The point I'm trying to make is that we are so rich that we can be so generous in this country that everybody will have no cause to steal. So we'll go on with what Isaiah is saying. Then you shall call, and the Lord will answer. You shall cry, and they will say, Here I am, Lord. Is it I, Lord? For I heard you calling in the night.
I will go, Lord, if you need me.
I will. And Isaiah says, you should take away from the midst of you the yoke, the pointing of the finger and speaking of wickedness. You should pour yourself out for the hungry and satisfy the desire of the afflicted. Then shall your light rise in the darkness, and your gloom be as the noonday. Whatsoever you do to the least of your brother, my brother, you do it directly to God. And so the gospel of today is saying, you are the light of the world. You are the salt of the earth. Those days when we had no deep freezers and fridges, salt was used for preservation. And salt, if you are the salt of the world, it means that because you live on earth, the world shall be sweet. And of course, the light of the world. With the light, you can see everything. And every Christian is called to be a light to the world. As a consultor representing the whole of Africa in the Vatican, I had an opportunity to have one-on-one interaction with the directors of dialogue in different African countries. The one that struck me most was Sierra Leone, where Christians and Muslims come together to pray, where they have a constitution that forbids a state to be declared as a religion to be declared as a state religion. 77% of Sierra Leoneans are Muslims. But they ensure that the minority have power. Since the creation of Sierra Leone, go and check the history, Christians have been presidents. Only once was a Muslim president. And when there was that rebel crisis, the Christians and the Muslims come together. They did not count numbers. Whether it is 1% Christian or 1% Muslim, all that matters is that the Sierra Leoneans are dying. Like today, because the ideology of the terrorists, one of the strategies is to make sure that Christians and Muslims turn against each other, cause religious war, annihilate the nation. Crime has no religion. Terrorism has no religion. My cousin Grace used to tell us, he said, should you steal and they arrest you, don't say my name is Omonokhua. And even if you say it's Omonokhua, make sure you don't spell it well, so that you don't spoil our family name. So let us be Nigerians who should be generous to Nigerians. A good name is better than silver and gold. And that is why you are a light. Once your name is dented, you'll be in trouble. Back to Ibadan when I was in Bodija. Mr. Aneni is related to our Tony Aneni. He was an engineer living opposite the seminary. In fact, on Wednesday, we used to go there to go and have lunch. One day, he had an invitation to come and be chairman of an occasion. If you are a typist, you know that these two fingers, one hits E, the other one hits I. So, if you are a good typist, like I am, this guy typed an invitation to Mr. Aneni. Instead of Aneni, he typed Anini. And that was the time Anini was a warlord in Edo State. Then Aneni said, well, I should have arrested you, but because of our relationship, go with the card. He did not go for the occasion. What if the mistake was that he was called Clinton or Tony Blair? Do you think he would have been angry? He would say, no, this is a typographical error. What is in a name? A lot in a name. So the second reading of today is telling us, Paul is telling the Corinthians how you can be a light to the people. When I came to you, brethren, I did not come proclaiming to you the testimony of God in lofty words of wisdom. For I decided to know nothing among you except Jesus Christ and him crucified. Why? Because Jesus Christ is the true light. The light that overcome the darkness. By way of rounding up, when Cardinal Newman wanted to become a Catholic, he wanted to find out the true church. And his life was under threats in the Church of England. And one day he was in a boat, and the boat was going to capsize, and he saw a rainbow. I said, oh no, God has promised that he will not destroy the world. And that is what led him to write the hymn, lead kindly light amid the cyclic gloom, lead thou me on. Then after that, he said, I must take my decision. Then eventually, he became a Catholic priest, bishop, and cardinal. Then he wrote this prayer. Dear Jesus, help me to spread your fragrance everywhere I go. Flood my soul with your spirit and light. Penetrate my whole being so utterly that every soul I come in contact with may see only you, Jesus, but not me. So we are sent out today, brothers and sisters, in this trying time of Nigeria, where you don't know whether you will live up to tomorrow. Yesterday, I called my sister that was going to take a walk around Asoko Road. Normally, I like to do some walk 1 hour minute. He said, please call the police to assist you, to guide you. Do I really need a police to take me to go for a walk? And that is how the fear in our society has become. You go to sleep, you don't know whether you're going to wake up. But things can be better. And I believe in a better Nigeria. I have a very strong hope in Nigeria. And I believe that when we support our leaders alone cannot do it. Sometimes they say the politicians are corrupt. When I started working in the Federal Secretariat, I discovered that even the gate man is corrupt. You get what I mean? So let us join hands together and make a better Nigeria. Let us be generous with the gift of our intelligence, with our work. Don't see a poor man and turn away your face. According to St. Athanasius, when he sees a madman on the road, he says, that lies Athanasius, we are ready not for the grace of God. And here I want to thank our sister who gave us pamphlet yesterday on Josephine Bakita, a slave girl that was kidnapped, sold over and over again, until she now finds herself in the convent. I wish those kidnapped in Nigeria could find those kind of luck. You are the light of the world. Beam your light to this nation. You are the salt of the earth. Make life better for Nigerians. I used to tell the people from my area, I said, you have donated enough in Lagos and Abuja. Go to your village and donate generously to your villages. The witches in the village have gone on vacation. And I pray for you today, dear brothers and sisters. Tomorrow is pregnant, but make your tomorrow deliver a bouncy baby boy and girl through Christ our Lord. Amen.